So getting into today's video, welcome to the AS Glamour YouTube channel. Now, I've got a bit of, I don't want to say cold, I think I'm just feeling a bit shit because I haven't been to sleep in about 26 hours. It's been a bit outrageous really, so I'm just feeling a bit, I think I'm going to sneeze at one point. I don't know if I am, I don't know whether it's just like the hair in my eyes, but I need to go to bed soon. But I've got dinner. I've filled up my bottle. It's nice and full. Should have checked if it was wet, and it is. I forget how heavy it can be when it's full. And all that jazz. I'm actually a bit wet now because, water bottles get wet. But we have, I don't want to spill this everywhere, but wait for it. Piece of this. Easy, boys, easy. So, I'm probably going to turn the gain up just a little bit. There we go. Oh. There we go, so I can sit and eat in peace and not have to get too close. But we have pasta with bacon and chorizo with different veg this week. My mum's not allowed to leave the house to go shopping because she's been told that, she's meant to be shielding again, so she is. So instead of me going shopping for once, they decided, you know what, we'll use all the food in the freezer. That didn't happen. I think we just sacked off because it was on our date. You can keep things in the fridge. I digress. And she said, we'll just order shit from Iceland. And I went, you know what? Good idea, because it saves me from going shopping. So we've got new veg. And I'm not sure if the pasta's new. I don't think it is. That's good. That's banging. I didn't know whether it was like on the Aldi mix veg. It's like between 3 and 6 minutes, and you can pretty much tell when it's done because it just rises to the top. With this, I assume the same, but I didn't want to get it wrong, and it'd still be frozen. So, now it looks very orange. That's A, because of the sauce, and B, because of the paprika that they put into the chorizo. So, to stop the hair getting in my eyes, I'm using my headphones as a headband. It's working a treat. I look like a new man. John Newman, as one might say. But it's nice. There we go. I don't think I've drank enough today. In fact, I know I haven't drank enough today, so I want to try and get that drunk before I go to bed. And obviously before I go to bed, have a piss before I piss myself in the night. But you're not here to learn about me pissing the bed. Not that I pissed the bed. Oh god. Lovely. I put a hair in my own dinner. Gotta love it. Yeah. So, Chelsea, and just the Premier League in general, we're gonna have a bit of a discussion. Might go on to talking about films and series that I've watched recently during lockdown, because I've watched quite a few. I think I got some of the tomato sauce on my nose. So, Chelsea. What's happening? Am I Lampard in or am I Lampard out? I'm a heavily Lampard in. I know it might not look it at the minute, and I know we're not giving the best of performances, but if you actually look around quite a lot of the table, no one really is. It's been tough. That's all I can say. fact people think that people are going to come in and give an immediate response is outrageous. If you, okay, say you worked at Asda and then you were offered a job at Tesco, and you went to Tesco and you just thought that everything was going to be exactly how it was. No mate, there's going to be different rules, there's going to be different regulations. You know, the majority of it is the same, the concept of it's the same, but there's going to be new things that you're going to have to learn, there's new people. You might not fit in as well. It's the same for footballers, and I don't get why people don't understand that. That's what I'm saying. And that's regardless of whether you're a Chelsea fan or not. That wasn't even particularly aimed at like Havertz and Werner. It was just aimed at people in general. I don't know why we're living in an age where everything has to happen now, and people can't just look at the process. It winds me up. Now, yesterday's performance against Fulham, it wasn't entertaining. In my eyes, it just wasn't. It wasn't convincing at all. However, our key standout performers, Chilwell played okay. Mount was running around everywhere, doing everything as per. And yet I still see comments like, Lampard's put Mount in the lineup. When is he going to learn that Mount is the worst player in our team? I'm thinking, cool, give it a break. I don't get people's obsession with trying to bring people down to a state where they're negative all of the time. It's like people are. Mount can do 9 things right in a game and 1 thing wrong, and everyone will be like, "Oh, did you see that? I don't get it. Why? It's pointless." Well, with that being said, it wasn't entertaining and it wasn't convincing. Do I blame the players? Partly. Do I blame the manager? Partly. I do think against a side like Fulham, why start Giroud? You've played Werner midweek. He had a good game, scored a goal, as did Havertz. And then you go and put Giroud up top. Now, if that doesn't knock a man's confidence more than it already was, I don't know what will. But, with that being said, the manager's the manager. You've got to respect his decision at the end of the day. I didn't complain about it if I was a sub come Sunday League. We have to trust in the process. The one thing that I will say has baffled me, the only thing that's really baffled me about Chelsea at the minute is Tomori. I don't understand why he's not playing, why he's not starting games, why he's not being given the time of day, and why we're so happy to just send him out on loan. The whole point of Lampard coming in originally was to progress and build with a bunch of youngsters due to the travel ban, transfer ban. But even with the transfer ban being lifted, and obviously Chelsea spending however much they've spent, Tomori in my eyes was still a player that Lampard had his eye on. And I mean, they performed very well at Derby together, between Mount and Tomori, and Lampard was like the Chelsea triplet. So I don't see what's happened. There is obviously something behind the scenes. Otherwise we'll have heard about it by now. I just don't get it. But yeah, even with Thiago Silva coming in, Malangsar coming in, and technically going back out, and the future being built in that respect, personally, I would still see Tomori as one of the best options we've got in terms of going forward in the future. I see him as a much better player already than the likes of Christensen. I don't know what it is about Christensen, I just don't like him. I think he's a liability. And I mean, a season ago I'd have said Zuma was in that same boat, but Zuma's really come out and impressed. He's performed and impressed me. So I can now hold my hands up and say, yep, he's improved, he's better, and he deserves to be in the Chelsea team. Christensen hasn't. I don't think I've seen a convincing performance from Christensen. And if it has, it'll be a while ago. It really will. Fuck me, I'm tired. I don't even know if this is actually that nice. I think I did a bit too much meat. I think I did too much bacon and chorizo, if I'm being honest. And not enough veg. Although I thought I whacked a lot of veg in this. So, I don't want to progress this. I'm going to start off by saying it's not just Chelsea that are having issues with certain people. I think the league as a whole has been strange due to the, I'm not saying it because for some reason YouTube doesn't like that word, and it's ridiculous. Like, it's a worldwide pandemic, yet you can't say what it is because YouTube will be like, you're talking about it's a crock of shit. Anyway, because of that, players have been affected, teams and results have been affected because of it. And I am fortunate. No, I'm not fortunate. What's the word? I'm grateful that it's carried on, and we've had the Premier League, and they've been able to carry on throughout it. If things do get worse, I can see them stopping it again, just because of how disruptive it's already been. I think my face is falling apart, lads. I've got a really dodgy nose. It's got a pain like here. My eyes just feel like they're watering all the time. My lips just don't feel like lips. And my skin, oh, don't get me started on my skin. It's so dry at the minute. I've just realised I look high as fuck. But I think it's just the colour grade on the video. There you go. See, I haven't got red eyes. I'm just tired, boys. That's what it is. So, we can't just focus on Chelsea. I think that's the point I was getting to. A player I've been heavily critical of in the past, Bruno Fernandes. His transfer to Man United has been exquisite, it's been incredible. He's performed great. Yet today, I sat and watched Man United Liverpool. It was shite. Let me put it that way. It was such a boring game. I can't believe 45 minutes went past when he did. And I was like, what's happened? Nothing. But Bruno Fernandes had a terrible game. And I'm not just picking on that because, he's finally had a terrible game. I'm just saying that it's affecting people more than it should. Like, De Bruyne has had a terrible start to the season. He has. There's no debating that fact. I've got a carrot. They're quite nice, they are. But De Bruyne has not been the player that we you see. He is having a bit of an off season so far. And it could be down to many things. But a lot of the players in the Premier League have had COVID. Now you might think, yeah, they've had it, it's all done, fine. They've had it, they're isolated for 2 weeks, now they're back, they should be training and before. Right, okay. There are really bad long-term effects to COVID. I've said the word. Dickhead. Anyway, and people aren't understanding the fact that, like, I understand the fact that people have had COVID and it can affect them. My question is whether the managers and the backroom staff are doing enough to make sure that the players are fit to play. Does that make sense? Because we're seeing, like, people return after maybe 2 weeks and then they're not too bad, and they've said, right, is that it? Yeah, you can expect some bad performances, and then like 3 months down the line they're playing 90 minutes and still not putting in a good performance. Like, think of the effects that's probably having on their body. It just isn't good for them. It's as simple as that. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why I don't want to say the league's the way it is at the minute, but just the way that football is at the minute, if I'm being honest. Because people are dealing with things, a lot of things behind the scene that, like I say, we only see, what, about 5% of a footballer's, like, career. We see a match. If we're lucky, we see some clips from them training, and we get a bit of an interview from them, if we're lucky, at the end or the start of a match. We don't see the things that are going on behind the scenes. We don't see the training that they're putting in. And we don't see the complications that are going on. So I just think, in this current sort of climate that we're in, we just need to stop judging some of the players based on how they perform, based on how they do, based on whether they have a bad game or not, based on whether they've hit the ground running, because I'm sure every footballer in the world would like to hit the ground running as, I don't know, Bruno Fernandes did, or Kante did at Chelsea when he came from Leicester. His form carried on. Chilwell's done very well. I'm just giving examples that I can, speak about. It's not going to happen. So can we stop expecting it? It winds me up, and it sort of makes me just feel for the players that are there. Like, I've come to this club, I want to entertain the fans, and they hate me. Think about if this was like you at your job. You turned up, I don't know, you worked at Sainsbury's, and you turned up at another shop to help out and do a shift. And you go in, and they say, oh, just nip upstairs, make us a cup of tea. And you come downstairs after making everyone a cup of tea, and then you've cork on. Cup of tea shit, mate. It's going to make you feel like shit, innit? Because you're going to think, oh, right, okay. Or, I don't know, you drop something and you break something, and they go, for fuck's sake, what are you doing? Do you not know how to do this? You're going to sit there and think, of course I fucking know how to do this, I've just dropped a mug, it's nothing special. And they're going to think, right, nah, fuck it, you don't deserve to work here, you're shit. Think how bad that actually is. Every time we go online and post something like, Werner's a flop, Havertz is a flop, he's been in the country 6 months and he still can't score a goal. Chill your beans. Oh. I'm just going on a rant again, aren't I? I love this. My chest's hurting, and not like it hurts to breathe, more of like my pecs are hurting for no reason. Like, I can't laugh. It's like I've got a permanent stitch across my chest. Is that not? Am I having a heart attack? Is that what this is? This is where it all ends. I'm just kidding. But with that being said, let's talk about more positive positive things. Number 1, Bruno has been an absolute delight to watch in the Premier League this season. It's been an exciting season. Anything can really happen. You know, the minute a team goes on like a 3-game winning streak, they're doing very well. They're towards the top of the table. It's going to be close come the end of the season. And I think as much as we like seeing like a specific team win, like when Leicester won the league, extravagant, it was amazing, like the best thing that we could ever see. But in terms of like entertainment value, how good would it be if there's like 5 or 6 teams still in contention come like 2 to 3 weeks before the end of the season? Oh, how exciting is that going to be? You know, we may see a scene like this once again. We may get another Aguero moment. You know. So, moving on. What like things have you been watching? Like, give me some series and TV shows that you think I'd like to watch. I've got Netflix. I've got Amazon Prime Video. I don't have Sky, so I don't recommend any Sky shows to me. But anything you think I'd like to watch? I've just finished Bridgerton. That was fucking insane, by the way. I really enjoyed that. It was so good. I've also watched Another Life, which is this like sci-fi series. That was good. It was fucking mental at points. It was just like never ending, just pardon me, just never ending like bollocks. But I enjoyed it. What else? I watched Spider-Man Into the Multiverse. Like, it's been a film that I've been meaning to watch for so long. I just never got around to watching it. And then, like I said, I had to stay up all night because I only woke up at 7:30 last night. 6:30, 7:30, 8:00, whatever time it was. I just remember getting up and thinking I'm up way too late because I've been feeling like shit. So I ended up staying awake all night. And then about 9 o'clock this morning I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do it. And then 10 o'clock rolled around, I went downstairs, got breakfast, and I felt like a new man. It was amazing. So anyway, I sat down at probably about 4 o'clock this morning, and I was like, I might put it on. So I put it on. I really enjoyed that. For saying it's not like the art style or the filmography, cinematography, that sort of thing, the way it's presented to the audience in like the animation sort of style, it's not something I'd usually go for. Probably wouldn't watch anything like it again unless it was like a continuation from, you know, Spider-Man. But I enjoyed it. I can't eat much more of this, you know. That's me done. But yeah, if you have any like film or TV recommendations for me, please let me know.